fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up, and then they got go. Time to wake up, bitch. Get up. Get up, get up.
Yo, good morning, you all. Welcome back to the $1 Trade Show. This is Diego, and here with me is Nick to talk about everything that's going on prediction markets. And this space is on fire lately. Good morning, Nick. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Yes, things are on fire. There's prediction markets everywhere. I don't know if this is just the echo chamber that that Twitter has built for us, but it's working for us. We feel nice and safe in our little echo chamber of prediction markets.
It feels good.
I mean,
every time that I
you
open,
would think there's a super cycle going on, and there's
Okay.
millions of prediction markets making millions of dollars. But it's working for me. It's working for me. I feel good.
I feel good. So yeah, let's start with, of course, let's start with the most important thing. If you want to try Groovy Market right now on the special closed testnet, you can join us. Send us a DM. Let me show you how it's looking, because it's looking slick. Okay, you can access with your social, or you can access with your wallets. So this is the interface. It's looking pretty cool. So you can test out these markets. You have $10,000 of fake money to spend it all. You can just
Isn't all crypto
here.
fake money? This is not real anyway.
Yeah, you can just claim as much money as you can. You can create markets of multiple types, forex, stocks, commodities. So you just click here, you select a template, you fill it out here. What's the price of whatever you want, and then bam, you create your markets. Invite your friends, play around, make sure to test it out. Are you able to see my screen, Nick? Because my screen here for me,
just
it's
tell
frozen.
us what you like, don't like. I sent it to a friend last night, and she was like,
Yeah.
"What button do I click on?" So stuff like that, good for us.
Yeah. So okay, you can select. Oh, need to change this. See, this is how we need you guys helping us out to test this, because every time we find something that can be improved, yeah, that's it. Take a look, send us a DM. We can share the link with you. Let's test it out, and let us get our feedback, guys, on this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get users. Let's see all these markets. So I saw I was in a Telegram group with Prediction Market One's Prediction Arc, I think it was. And somebody was like, "Oh, somebody needs to create is Polymarket going to release a token market?" Yes, they should. And come on, use testnet, be the first, because if you're one of the first people in before we go public for testnet, you get to create all the cool markets. So we've got an ambassador group who's going to be using it and creating some markets. And get in.
That's it. See, this is how it works. I can open a position here on a market that's already live. I can see everything that's going on. I can go to my profile. Let's confirm this transaction. Bam, tokens bought. Now I can go to my profile. I can see my positions here. See all my positions. Yes, I'm betting strong that the US will not gonna go into a recession by the end of this year. Okay, let's move on this, and this is a cool one.
Wait, your screen's not.
It's not changing. Let's move to that. Okay, replace screen sharing with window. Okay. Okay, now you guys should be able to see this. This was really fun. So okay, prediction markets are popping on our feeds all the time, and we've been talking about how Kaushi's partnership with multiple influencers and traders, and this was cool because this was from TSM. He's affiliated with Polymarket in a way that's not clear to me. It's this is
It's
for
Poly. It's Poly Traders. It's Poly
poly
Traders, right?
market traders. Yeah, it's poly market.
Yeah, yeah. But it isn't an official Poly Market account, I think, because it's like got one of the. I think it's got one of those yellow badges which allow you to do that. So they're
Let's
like
see.
10 grand, right?
Let's see. Poly market traders.
Yeah, it's
No,
got. Yeah, it's a
actually,
Poly
poly
Market.
market traders is affiliated to poly
Yeah,
market. So
it is.
probably the heavy users are part of this group here. So
Yeah,
TSM is
yeah,
part of that, and as he's just stating, as page shading on my timeline intensifies, I recommend just doing this. No thanks needed. So basically, he's muting words. Everything that mentions Kaushi is going to be muted for him. It's fun
yeah.
because
Um,
it
I get,
communicates.
and
Go
this kind
ahead.
of
Yeah.
goes back to what we were talking about yesterday, right?
Yes,
With
exactly.
the different approaches.
Which this one here. So
Yeah,
basically, this is Imran from Alliance DAO, and Alliance has been back in multiple projects in crypto in the last few years. They've been back in amazing projects, and I was interested on this take here because I essentially disagree with this. But basically, he's saying that Kaushi is leaning into an open ecosystem model, encouraging more startups to build on top of its platform, while Poly Market is taking a selective and more controlled approach. But my perspective was totally different because if Polymarket is building on crypto rails since the beginning, it makes way easier to integrate anything to Polymarket.
yeah.
And then Kaushi is a closed business. It's a company. I mean, Polymarket is also a company, but Kaushi is built off chain. So we've been saying
Permissionless versus
so.
permissioned, right? So Kalshi is always going to have to
Exactly.
be permissioned, whereas it's unlikely that you will need to get a lot of permission from Polymarket, right?
Yeah, it's not that you can create your markets in any of them like we allow you to do on Groovy. That's not it's not permissionless
Yeah,
on
yeah,
this way, but this is permissionless on a way that it's way more transparent. And since it's built on crypto rails, the composability I mean, we are way more closer to any way of composability with Polymarket than with Cauchy. But
yeah,
both are exploring different strategies. And what we are seeing with Cauchy lately is they are betting really hard on partnerships with influencers, with traditional companies, taking a tune more to the betting companies approach.
yeah,
And this is what we are taking. What's going on? And it was fun because Polymarket accounts just, I mean, liked my reply saying, okay, this, a lot of this. What you're talking about, man? I mean, Cauchy is being a
yeah,
more open ecosystem doesn't make any sense.
yeah. It just doesn't. It doesn't seem like. I mean, like right after this in the afternoon. I mean, we did see. Have you got that tweet? We did see that
Oh,
tweet where it was the
let's
ecosystem push tweet.
let me
Um,
let me get this here. Just a moment. Just a moment. Cauchy. Yes, they promoted this one here.
yes,
Okay,
yeah,
this one. Yes, okay. So they promoted this ecosystem partnership. We are back in. So introducing Kalshi Eco, a hub to support builders, traders, and creators pushing the frontier of prediction markets. We are backing off-chain and on-chain innovation with dedicated grants partnering with Solana and Base. Come join us in building the future of trading the future. So I assume he probably let me get back to this one here. So he probably had any information about this. And of course, since Alliancing has been back multiple projects that are building on crypto, it makes sense that they are backing projects, they are building this. And it
yeah,
fortifies the idea that Kaushi will move on chain.
yeah.
And yeah, maybe
Which
sooner
we've
than
been
later.
speculating about. Which I've been like,
We,
I'm not sure about this,
yeah,
but
I mean, we've been speculating about it, and we are going to talk about in a few moments. So John Wang moving to Kaushi and hyping all the crypto boys and girls about Kaushi makes sense that they are going to move on chain sooner, and probably they think that Imran is talking here about building an open ecosystem. It's not happening right now. I mean, it might be happening when they go full crypto and
I,
they made
I,
it open, but
I'm just trying to imagine how this works, right? So they're not on chain, but so how do we do this? How do we go onto Solana and Base? Like, what tools are they thinking? Are they going for liquidity? That's maybe like in lending to bet. I feel like is that what they're trying to do? Like, I'm interested to know how that works. Actually, scroll down to see what does it say.
Yeah,
It's
so
just
this
telling you what
community
it's
runs on
got.
a growth flywheel. I love flywheel. I mean, sounds stupid,
Flywheels are
but
just
it's the word.
fantastic
Yeah, it's a fancy word to say
to
growth
VCs to
and
make it
market.
sound like you're going to grow really fast and you don't need to
Yes,
pay any money. For anybody that doesn't know this stuff, when you say flywheel to somebody who's you're trying to receive money from, it is you saying, yeah, we're just going to do this one little thing and it will just keep going, snowballing, right? And it will just make loads and loads of money and we'll hardly ever need to pay any money. Um, but
and they
it's not
tell how
real.
they believe it's going to happen. Builders
If you don't
launch new
have it in your
products.
deck, they're going to think that you're going to have to spend millions of dollars like everybody else
Yeah,
to promote your business.
and probably you will, even if you have this flywheel, at
Of
least this
course.
idea of a flywheel, because this is how
My
for them.
cynicism is strong, isn't it?
Yes, it doesn't feel as strong as, hey, let's invest millions of dollars in marketing. It's better to say, let's grow this flywheel and people can do
Yeah.
this by themselves. They don't even
Flywheel. We
need your
just keep
money.
adding to the flywheel and it keeps speeding up faster and faster. It's
Yeah,
like, guys, it just works.
that's the
Explodes.
idea. So their theory is builders launch new products, creators showcase fresh gems. The spotlight brings even more exposure back to builders. How
That's the
exactly? This is,
flywheel.
yeah, I mean, if you start asking questions, how, what are you doing? What is the
Yeah.
plan? I mean, this is really generic. I mean, it's cool, it's exciting.
What's
Okay,
white glove
there's
engineering
innovation.
help? What does that mean? Like,
Yeah,
we have a look at your code base and make sure it doesn't have
it's a white hat, no? It's
security
the
issues.
old white hat hackers. So
Yeah, maybe.
probably trading
Trading comp.
competitions,
Yeah, that'd be
merge in
fun.
more. Yeah.
It must.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what they're because I know I said this yesterday. Kalshi has an API, right? So what are they saying? Build on our platform, use our API as a data source, and
Yeah.
and do it.
But
I'm just
yeah.
I clearly am not innovative enough to understand how that works.
So grants probably they are going to give grants for new products to build on top of them. So we saw that with Gyonder, for example. Gyonder is building something that allows you to use your positions on Poly Market as collateral to to borrow money against your positions on Polymarket. So that is a derivative built on top of Polymarket, and I can see the same being built for Cauchy. So if they are going to move, I just assume that if they're going to move on chain, they probably want those products building stuff. So then when they go on chain, they will try and have more to offer than Polymarket has right now.
It's a flywheel.
That's the flywheel. So
That's
X
the flywheel.
badges, we are seeing this a lot. So we just mentioned who
Yeah,
this guy here. Okay, this is the badge. So it affiliates power users or power traders with
yeah.
their products. So it's
And
like
you
an
see that
ambassador.
everywhere right now. Like we've seen that
Yeah,
over the past couple of weeks. Because this is
no,
this is not like they didn't just come up with this. They've been slowly rolling this out in the
yeah.
background.
So this here with John Wang here, this is Kaushi badge. So it's not
Yeah.
only for people who works there, it's also for people that use Kaushi a lot and
It's
promotes Kaushi.
they're EOL, they're EOLs. They're KOLs
They're
and they're
KOLs, yeah.
influencers, right? It's like that's what it is.
Unique referral links, nothing new here. So we did this with March chatters in the beginning of the year, and sports companies, sports betting companies, and multiple companies have been doing this even on
Hyperliquid
crypto.
does it.
So
That's how
Hyperliquid,
we
if
reckon
you use,
James Wind was funding a lot of stuff as well.
yes,
And
so
yeah,
EtherFi card, off ramp card. I mean, referral links. You bring more users, you get part of the pie.
I think everybody got a bit burnt at the beginning of the year with all this stuff though, and all that keto
Yeah,
crap.
yeah. I mean, we've
Because I
been
remember
seeing this
Clemente going off on it. And he
with
was,
centralized
I quite like
exchange.
how he
People, these traders that have been sharing their trades, showing how much money they make on centralized exchanges for years now, basically they are earning part of the money that you use that to open your position. So you're losing money trying to learn how to make trades, and those guys are making money with you
Making money,
trading
exactly.
in the end.
Yeah.
So white glove engineering help, of course, it's probably campaigns too. If you find a bug on everything they are going to do, yeah, you can even get hired maybe. But yeah, kind of grants for people who help to keep the ecosystem protected.
Be
Trading
good to get John
competitions.
Wu
Go.
on to kind of like chat about this. It'd be
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, so I invited him yesterday. Let's see if he replies to us. And let's try again. So trading competitions for sure, merch and more. I mean, who doesn't like to get a small box with some merch, some hoodies, hats, and then you take a
You love
picture,
merch.
you share. Yeah, you
You're
share
a
that
merch
on.
whore.
Yeah, I love merch. I love merch. So apply now. So you can apply, you can become an investor, or you can become a builder on this new Kalshi ecosystem. Yeah, so it's going to happen. And my theory is some products that are aligned with Alliance DAO are probably going to be part of this ecosystem. And it
Y-
wouldn't surprise me if they are going to build not, they are talking about Solana and Base. I don't know, maybe go multi-chain. Uh, every time
Well,
that I
that
think
is
about.
right. Like, because that covers the two biggest chain types of chain, right? So
Mhm.
Solana, I don't know what sort of chain Solana is. Like, I've never really looked into it, right? But I know it's not EVM, right? So
No,
Solana's its own
it's
thing and
SVM.
it's huge,
Solana
right?
it's its own thing. It's a
Yeah, yeah,
layer
exactly.
two.
And then
Yeah,
everybody else is
it's a
pretty
layer one.
much
Sorry.
EVM, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're on base, if you're on any EVM, you can bring it over to base, right? So it's a good move, and they're being chain agnostic, which I think is really important. To like be chain maxi is a bit ridiculous.
Yeah.
Um,
So
Sad
there
that
is
C isn't
this.
in there because that means that we can't use any of the grants.
Yeah. So there is this talk around the EVMs ecosystem to try and make them they talk to each other, because now we have these liquidity fragmentation between all the layer twos and all the EVMs. And Solana is SVM is another chain, is another beast, just like Cosmos used to be, just like
Yeah,
Avalanche,
yeah, yeah.
any other chain. But there are already products working on making EVM based systems talk to SVM. So they are trying
Right.
to connect, they are trying to make it easier to deploy EVM based products on Solana and the other way around. But
So
I
they
mean,
did that
this
with
is
Bitcoin already. Solana and Bitcoin are kind of
Solana
linked.
Bitcoin. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, this
So
is
we've seen this. This is what it. I don't know if there's a lot of money in building those. I reckon that's why it's been so slow to get the cross chain thing because there's not a lot of money in doing that. Like I
Mhm.
don't think investors see that there's a great upside to that. Same with wallets. Like wallets haven't drastically improved in their ease of use. They've got
Mhm.
easier for people who are crypto native, but they haven't got
Yeah.
easier to understand and use and keep secure because I just don't think there's a lot of money to be made and there's almost no investment in that.
Mhm.
Anyway, let's
And
jump off of
yeah,
Kalshi
and
because
this
I think we
is
spoke about
yeah.
them a bit more than we
Yeah, yeah.
intended to.
We are going to talk
18
about
minutes we've
wallets
been talking
and
about them. Let's
everything.
stop.
Yeah. So this is a pretty cool account, and this is interesting. So yesterday we were talking about damn, I'm awful with names. Pretty cool
What
guy,
is
the growth, the no, this is a growth. I don't know who. Damn, I need to find his post.
who are we
We
talking
were
about?
the guy from Immutable that we were covering yesterday. I'm
Oh
awful with
yeah,
names.
yeah, I forgot. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
forgot.
a pretty cool. How to save the world, how prediction market can save the world from ourselves.
This
So
guy,
Andrew
Andrew Lunardi.
Lunardi, Andrew Lunardi. Okay, so he's head of growth, and Ollie is it's from Immutable as well in growth.
Yeah,
So I will check this out if Immutable is playing with something related to prediction markets, because it seems so. Because two people from their growth team are talking about prediction markets. This is a pretty cool article that we covered yesterday, and I will invite Andrew once again to join us in the show. But this is from Ollie, and Ollie has been putting these daily updates on what's going on with prediction market. And this is from yesterday. It's pretty cool. So if you don't follow him, give him a follow. And yeah, let's check it out. So daily prediction markets updates. Event perpetuals allow permissionless prediction market perps on Hyperliquid. So this is new. Oh, damn, I don't have this tool to highlight stuff here. Damn. This is why I don't like Chrome.
Yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah, you need to get it set it
Predict your
up tomorrow.
markets,
We switched
mind.
browser before the show started.
Yeah, I'm a Safari. I'm not the regular person that you know. I use Safari. So predict your market's mind share has 10 times in the last 2 months. Poly market events are 89% accurate 1 week out. This is pretty awesome. This is 89% accurate. We were
Yeah.
talking about this yesterday. So what are the elements that can define a market as an accurate market? How often do we get that? And we don't have this data yet, but I'm curious about, okay, what about the 11% missing here? So prediction markets are getting there, they are getting more accurate, but dude, to to get where we are talking about as prediction markets as accurate filters to filter signal from noise, we need to increase this number for sure. So Fathom Cap is a new Cauchy markets terminal. Okay, so this talks about what we've been talking about, the communicates with that idea of Cauchy ecosystem.
Hmm.
New tremor updates, more stable, more accurate, and easier to build on. I don't know this one. I need to check out what is tremor. And so Cauchy partners with Daniel Negreanu. Do you know this one?
No.
Let's ask to our friend ChatGPT, who is
We
the
we we might be easier asking who Kalshi hasn't partnered with. The list
yeah.
might be much shorter.
Okay, he's a professional poker player from Canada.
Oh yeah,
And
I saw this. Yeah. So like, yeah, it makes loads of sense, right? That's why we put in live streaming because we wanted to see poker tournaments and stuff like that played live. Like
yeah,
not
so
just like big names like your local poker
yeah, I was
tournament,
thinking
you know?
about yeah, we were thinking about the small guy, but yeah. So Martin Zitt joins Polymarket as product engineering intern. Oh, okay, yeah, I saw this tweet yesterday. So new thread from Sarah's Lane on market makers plus how they work on Cauchy. We are going to cover this later, not this week, but next week, because it has to do with how initial liquidity is built on prediction markets.
Yeah.
So 78% of poly market events resolve no. Okay, this is interesting. Okay, so it means that if you open positions, it's you will have better chances just
So if you just vote
selecting
no
no.
across the board, you're
Yeah,
more. If you
across
do
the
a
board.
spread bet on no, holy
Yeah,
shit! What a trading
makes
strategy! If you do a spread bet on no, you've got a 78% chance of winning.
okay. So in
That's
money,
fucking huge. What
it
hedge
is,
fund
dude.
gets 78% return?
On their trades, if you're a trader,
Yeah,
what's your lose to win rate? Maybe it's just easier to spread no across multiple markets on
yeah.
poly markets and wait for them to resolve. We should try this. Okay, I'm gonna place a
Should do ten
few.
dollars across like 10
Yes,
markets and see what
across 10
happens.
markets
Because
and
remember,
see.
it is the dollar trade show. We are
It's a dollar
not
trade
betting
show.
big.
Exactly. Oh, and by the way, where is that? I was right. I just want to how to say to flex my bragging rights. I was right in the end. I was losing on this trade here for almost 3 weeks. I knew he wouldn't make it. Now I just closed this position here
I
because in
think he'll
the end,
make it. I think you've just taken
maybe.
profit at the right time. I think he's going to make it.
Yes, I mean, if I see some cash on the table, yes, let's take profits. That's the idea. Okay, Money Fetish curates the best tools to trade on Poly Market. We can check this
I think
out
if you
as
scroll
well.
down, has he got them as? I think he's got them as post. As no, he didn't. Okay. Hey, there's Aggie.
Yeah. So
Aggie's going to be on the show
you
next week.
missed our last show. Oh, want to join us next week?
Make sure you get that Johnny in to join. Oh, wait.
Oh, need to join
Yeah,
us. Yes.
I do that as well.
Okay.
Most of the content
Opinion
I produce for my feeds is
Opinion
incorrect
Labs,
typo.
Mindshare compounding faster than any yield curve. Okay. Anything new?
I don't think so.
No, yeah, just people shilling some stuff here. Yeah, Kausha, we covered this one. Okay. That's
Nothing
it.
else. Comments are
No.
Fatum Cat.
Okay, this one that we covered yesterday, which is a pretty cool article. I mean,
Let's skip it. We covered it quite a lot yesterday. Let's
yes,
move on.
yes. Okay, a month ago I wrote, okay, this John Wang. There was almost 2 days that we didn't talk about him.
He's the noisiest person in prediction market.
Yeah, man, he's noisy. So a month ago I wrote about prediction market perps on Hyperliquid and saw Hyperliquid improvement proposal number 3 wasn't built for the job. Now I'm contributing to a community proposal that rebuilds permissionless prediction markets perps from first principles. So binary payoff settlements, no Oracle funding manipulation, 1x leverage gap, opening cleaning auction. Hyperliquid. So everybody's really excited about Hyperliquid, and both this piece and my previous piece are reading. Okay, so if you don't know exactly what is a perpetual, I just asked our friend ChatGPT. So basically, a perpetual contract is in crypto, right? So it's basically a bet on the price of a coin like BTC or ETH that never expires. So here's how it works, according to ChatGPT. Like futures, but with no expiry. How do I pronounce this? Expiry. Okay. Like futures, but with no expiry. In regular futures, your bet ends on a specific date. With perps, there's no end date. You can keep your position open as long as you want. So you don't need to own the coin. You can go long, bet price goes up, or short, bet price goes down. But by the way, just a comment here. Dude, the open shorting positions it is stupid because you have a limited outcome. So if the coin is 20 cents, what's the possibility if that goes down? It goes to zero.
Stupid. Depends what you're betting on and how much you know. The Big Short.
How many people
you
people
find
can
it
make
stupid
that?
because you don't like risk.
I don't like risk. Yeah, I
You
might
don't
not
like
like
risk. You're like, it's stupid. It's not
But the
stupid.
upside,
It's just
but
you don't have the same
the thing
appetite
is,
as some other dudes.
the downside is limited. So you're taking risk on a limited downside, but the upside is illimited. That's my thing. If you want to play around with this,
that doesn't. Those
wait
two
for the
things don't
moment to
correlate
go.
to profit.
Yeah, but the chances.
No,
Okay,
they don't
my
correlate
thing
to
is
profit. It's how good you
risk
are at trading
reward
and
and
how
the
much you
chances of
understand
winning.
what direction the market will move.
Yeah.
It's not correlated to profit. Your risk or your potential upside or downside is not correlated to how good a trader you are, right? The market's potential, they're uncorrelated. You cannot put those two things together.
My point is the chances to getting
Your
this
point is
movement
over.
correctly. No, but my point is the chances to get this movement correctly are really low. So most of the times you are going to end losing. So if you're going to end losing, try and make your win with limited chances of winning, not a limited
So what
chances,
you're
but
saying is
limited
shorts are for degenerate gamblers.
a lot. I mean, you are risk
Or
averse.
somebody that knows
I mean,
what
you're
they're
not
doing.
risk averse.
I'm not super risk on. I'm not super risk on.
I mean, I take
I'm
some
disciplined.
risks,
Like
but
I haven't bet in 2 weeks, right? Because I'm not feeling it, right? I'm not like I will come back. I said to you earlier, I was like, I'm going to start betting again next week because I just can't be fucked with it right now. I can't be bored. My attention doesn't want to be drawn there. But my attention's on our product and getting that out.
Yeah,
I can't focus on like what direction prices are going right now, even if I'm using
I
ChatGPT
feel
to do
you.
TA.
I'm in the same. The positions that I have open, I have been on daily like
for a while.
For a month since we started the show or something. Okay, Anyway, if you want to go to go short, if you want to go long, that's with you. But I mean, I wouldn't go short. So you don't need to actually hold BTC or ETH. You're just trading the contract. So funding rate keeps prices close to spot. So without an expiry, the exchange needs a way to keep perpetual price close to the real market price. So they do this with a funding rate. Okay, basically the thing with perpetuals is the leverage. So allow you to trade a bigger position than you actually have, and this is what the guys are trying to do here with prediction markets.
This is what makes prediction markets explode. Is leverage, right? And that's why Gondor is really interesting. And shit, we keep forgetting we need to message Gondor and see if they want to come up and
Yes.
chat, right? But
Yeah, yeah,
this
yeah.
is what makes I think leverage is what makes prediction markets head on compete with meme coin ecosystem stuff,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because if you put in a little bit of money, obviously you're taking a lot of risk, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the meme coin stuff isn't really performing right now, whereas this is not
Yeah.
necessarily correlated with
It's
crypto markets, right? It's
it's
events in
it,
the world.
it has to do with what I just said here with short positions. So when you open a long position, there's no limit for the upside. But when you open
Yeah,
a short position, there is a limit for how much you can make. It's similar to prediction markets the way they are right now. There's a limit of how much money you can make because your
yeah,
position tops will go into one. Unless you make multiple trades during the range, when it's down, you buy and then you sell tops and
yeah.
you
If you're
keep doing
intermarket
this.
trading,
Yes, unless you're a market trader and you can make multiple times the amount of money on the same market, there's a limit of how you can win. With perpetuals added to prediction markets, you could basically multiply your winnings by a lot. So let's go to this. So hyperliquid improvement proposal number three can turn prediction markets from static bets into high leverage continuous perpetuals, enabling permissionless trading on events like elections and macroeconomic data. Binary markets have extreme jump risk at expiry, making structural safeguards essential. Examples include liquidation bans, OI-based margin scaling, and leverage decay. So scalar markets which settle to a range are safer near-term targets because they have smoother price paths,
yeah,
proportional losses, and less synchronized liquidations, which supports higher leverage. So with the right design, HIP number three can both complement and be an alternative to Cauchy and Polymarket by combining leverage, shared liquidity, permissionless market creation, and potential on venue hedging into the fastest and most flexible outcome trading venue. Okay, so intro and opportunity. So prediction markets have long been slow fixed payout venues with no leverage. HIP number three changes that by running them on hyperliquid perpetual future rails with permissionless deployment, shared liquidity, and custom parameters. So this allows binary or continuous outcomes on elections, macrodata, sports, and more, traded with the same speed and capital efficiency as crypto perps. The upside is clear. Combining the global liquidity of perpetuals with the informational richness of prediction markets opens a new high frequency, multi event trading class. However, leverage on event markets is dangerous without structural safeguards, especially for binary outcomes. So basically, binary outcomes is yes or no markets, okay, guys?
yeah.
And
So
they can,
binary on like forex and stuff like that is
yeah,
generally considered
yeah,
like
yeah,
fucking ridiculous gambling.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's
This
go
is this
here.
is it's the sort of stuff that will bring the regulators. I mean, it's
Mm-hmm.
going to happen, right? What can happen will happen, right? But
Yeah.
this is where we start when people start to get absolutely fucking creamed in these markets. The regulators are going to start stepping in.
Yeah. So, and why binary leverage is hard? So, binary markets can jump from 0 to 100 expiry, instantly wiping one side and forcing liquidations across the book. We've been seeing this with crypto every time there is a big change in prices suddenly. So, without a natural hedge, market makers take direct event risk and liquidation cannot be staged. Safe leverage without protections hovers near 1 to 1.5x. So he came with an example here. It's Trump win coin on the YDX. Let's skip this one. You can go through this. So how do you do with building with external oracles? So a binary prediction markets perp on this proposal would use a binary hyperp contract with 0 to 100 probability oracle. A tight clamp could ensure trading only occurring within the market's bounds. If the Oracle references Cauchy or Polymarket, liquidity pools can hedge in those spot markets, reducing event risk and allowing more leverage. So risk remain including hedge delays, liquidity gaps, and funding basis divergence. So this is really technical, and this is not for, I don't think this is for the average trader that we've been seeing talking about prediction markets, because most of people are really interested only on, okay, will my guess be correct or not? This
Yeah, well, this is for
it's
the
a
builders, right? This is
this is
this
for
is
the
for
builders.
people.
Yeah,
This is for
yeah.
the builders, and this is for the builders and the highly advanced traders.
But this unlocks a
Because
lot
you
of
spoke about
potential
this
for
the other
prediction
day
markets. Yeah, yeah.
when we were
This
like, we,
unlocks a
we
lot
need
of,
a we need some sort of layer that goes cross market.
yeah, yeah, and that allows people to use predict. So when we talk about prediction markets, we want like as most people participating on that. And big money will only come to prediction markets if they show themselves as a financial tool for them to build, of
Okay.
course, to
The
build leverage, or to use prediction market as a hedge. So until then, we are only going to see, even if we see kind of big traders, we are not going to see like smart money, big money get it into prediction
they
markets.
want the same tools and comparable infrastructure to what they already have trading in regular markets.
Yes,
And if
yes, yes, for sure.
that's it. And that's why with crypto adoption for institutions, we started to get to that level of like safety and stuff like that and infrastructure. Like most people won't know institutional infrastructure companies, but they're there now, and that's what's allowing the institutional adoption. But it took years to get there,
Hmm.
many years. But this will move
And
quicker
even
because it's not really aimed at institutions; it's aimed at
and
traders.
even though we are seeing a lot of money from retail coming to crypto right now through ETFs, so
Yeah,
traditional market is a filter between crypto and retail so far.
I got a friend that, like for years been moaning about how you can't get an ETF, and I'm just like, just buy Bitcoin.
Just
Just
buy
like,
that, yeah, yeah, yeah.
but he's the guy that has problems with his key security, i.e., he does stupid shit.
Yeah, so no, for those people, I understand why to use an ETF. But anyway,
Yeah.
so this is cool. So user experience for prediction perps. So keep core perp elements such as order book, depth chart, and leverage slider, but add prediction market native components to the UI. So clear question headers. But remember, the most important thing in prediction market is not the question header, is the rules. And yes, no chips or scalar sliders, so payout visualizers, because you want to know how much you can potentially win by your position. So
Mm,
expiry countdown, mark an oracle probability display. Yes, I mean we need to know what is the source of truth, use it to resolve that market for
yeah.
sure. So if markets hedge via external venues like Couch or Polymarket, flag this prominently. Basically it will be like using hyperlink as a layer on it. It has to do with what I said the other day. So imagine having a standard to build prediction markets on top of. So everything, so
Yeah.
prediction markets will not going to be the original infrastructure. That will be an underlying infrastructure that everything else will be built on top of. This is the proposal
Yeah.
here. So
Yeah, it makes sense.
position,
'Cause the same
yeah,
thing happens with ordinals and stuff like that. Like you need this infrastructure layer to happen, and then once that's created, who knows how people will use it, right?
yeah, yeah. And I mean, this is pretty interesting
Blockchain
in
as
the
well.
end, but it only confirms the fact that we've been talking about. I mean, we're not on a super cycle of prediction markets. We are seeing the growth of prediction
We're in the
markets.
tooling of prediction markets. We're still tooling
Exactly,
it, right?
exactly.
So don't talk to me about super cycles. We're
No,
still tooling.
I think people are sorry, sorry.
I think what I would say is the people who are spouting super cycles are working for prediction markets, and their job is to hype prediction markets for their companies, right? Now, obviously, we have our own prediction market
Yeah,
coming, but we're not about to like bullshit our way into saying it's a super cycle to bring people
yeah,
in.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
We'll let those guys do it, right? If they want to do it and it brings people whatever way that's cool. But like, we're not
That's
in a
cool.
super cycle.
No,
Is
yeah,
and we
we are
still
talking
and did
about
we ever
tools. Yeah.
see the meme coin super cycle? Has it like because they were talking about that, from the end of January all the way up until June, and now nobody's talking about the meme coin super cycle. So what is the narrative actually? Let's go find something to talk about super cycles with.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is the narrative. Oh, let's go find it. Oh, we're going to call all these guys who got fucked on the meme coin super cycle not happening are now going prediction market super cycle, prediction market super cycle. I don't think so. I don't see it. I don't see it happening.
Yeah, no,
Right
me neither. Me neither. So we thinking about when we were talking about blockchain in the beginning. I mean, now we are talking about apps because the blockchain infrastructure is well built, but the
Yeah.
multiple layer ones, or when we started to see layer twos and all the problems with wallets and the new wallets, the new solutions. So this is what we're talking about here for prediction markets.
Yeah.
Okay, so caution and polymarket are curated, fixed payouts, and unleveraged. So hyperliquid proven proposal number 3 can differentiate on leverage, permissionless market creation. Shout out to Groovy Market, by the way. We already allow you to do that.
We've
Yeah,
been building
send
this
us,
since January, guys.
yes. So send us a DM if you want to try a permissionless market creation. Share liquidity, which is interesting, but we need to understand exactly how it will work. And on-venue hedging potential. Okay, this mix can attract professional liquidity poolers and active traders. Yes, this is the word, professional. People who has
Funds,
the
syndicates, people with
exactly.
tens of millions of dollars to bet and bring in depth into the market.
Yeah,
That's what
not
we
your
after.
friend.
That's why it's not super cycle yet, because those guys aren't here
Yeah,
en
not
masse.
your friend that has $1,000
Yeah.
on crypto
Or
and
us
think
with
that
our
he's
dollar
getting.
trades because we're cheap ass motherfuckers.
Yeah. So conclusion. Currently, there are no major teams publicly working on this. This will soon change. With the right combination of design, liquidity, and permissionless market creation, this can both complement and be an alternative to Cauchy and Polymarket. So this is interesting. This is why he has a disclaimer on this post that he published yesterday. Okay, this it was wrote before he joined Cauchy, because for him
Yeah,
now Cauchy is the future of prediction
yeah,
market. And anyway, so it wouldn't surprise me if think about Cauchy going to crypto race with Hyperliquid and offering two products like perpetuals on prediction markets built on top of Hyperliquid, and let's say spot prediction markets built
yeah,
on Solana, or some markets on Solana, some markets on Base. You don't need to know. I mean,
yeah. It doesn't matter.
as
So
a user.
what is interesting is if we like zoom out for a minute, is like so we spoke about this at the beginning of the year. We spoke about it first, but it's not like we were just chatting about this with the winner of March Chadness, the guy that took the 7.5K pot for
Mm-hmm.
predicting the March Chadness winner, like getting the best ticket. And really, what perpetuals allow you to do, if you remove the fact of trading and making money, perpetual markets, if they're curated properly and made properly, are sentiment indexes,
Mm-hmm.
right? So we want to, as part of what we're doing with Groovy, is we want to start taking all our data and turn them into sentiment indicators, right? You can do
Mm-hmm.
this around sports, right? So let's say Arsenal or Celtic, or these are not teams I support necessarily, but they are teams other people I know support, right? Through they live forever, right? So and when season's out, these markets will be slower, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
there won't be much going on. But as the season starts to build, you'll see more activity in the perps if you're looking at sports, right? That
Mm-hmm.
shows you sentiment on whether you think that team might win the league or win the championship, whatever country you're in, however you phrase it,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that's what I think. Perps is great for bringing in loads of liquidity and stuff like that. But okay, so like if we're zooming out and we're looking at the bigger picture of like why can prediction markets be some sort of public good for everybody, or some sort of better indicator for other sports betting or other
Mm-hmm.
like use it as a meta for other markets. Sentiment indexing out of perps, aggregated perps, would be an incredibly useful piece of information
Mm-hmm.
for
Mm-hmm.
market predictions, for understanding the world. You know, like how are people feeling about Trump? How are people
For
feeling
sure.
about Keir Starmer or what's his name, who's the guy in Spain, in Brazil?
Bolsonaro and Lula.
Lula, that's it.
Yeah.
Like how did they feel about that? And use them. Imagine them running into elections, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
instead of having, so in the UK they have a, I don't, they'll have this all over the world, right? But in the UK there is a company called YouGov, and they do all the government polling, right? YouGov is
Mm-hmm.
actually owned by people very close to one political party, right? And I'm not saying that necessarily they're necessarily changing their information. Like I'm not implying that, right? But
Mm-hmm.
it's a group of people who own it, and they do all the research, and we don't get to see it. And as far as I'm aware, they don't release the raw data publicly. This is a big thing in
Mm-hmm.
science and all politics and stuff. The raw data isn't there. Like, how did it come? Like, we're not allowed to see it.
No, I
If,
have
if
a
we're seeing betting on this in Perps,
mm-hmm.
we don't need the raw data because we're getting their immediate sentiment, right? Based on, can they make money from getting this right? It's
Mm-hmm.
just such a better indicator than the shit that we're getting from government polls and stuff like that.
Yeah. So I have a friend with work on with politics and especially with polls and politics, and he was just telling me, I mean, how you can manipulate a poll without manipulating it. So you don't need to
Exactly.
play any trick. It's just
Oh
about
yeah, I know the guy you're talking about.
yeah, so you
Yeah,
go
yeah, yeah,
to
we spoke.
specific neighborhoods, you ask questions to specific kind of person. So if
Exactly.
depending on, so you ask things for more younger people or for older people, you already tend to get a different kind of answer. You go to specific neighborhoods, specific times of the day, and ask for a specific kind of people, and then you can have a pool with lots of people, so it seems credible, but you can kind of manipulate and orient their
and
answers.
and also the way the semantics of which you
Yeah.
display the information changes it, right? So
Hmm.
if something's 75-35, right? 75
Hmm.
35, 65 35, right? If you do an article or you produce that data, 35% of people, you're like, well, that's quite high. But
Hmm.
actually, the majority is saying nah, right? Like, so it's all about
Exactly.
framing and context. Like, I come from a background where we had to produce a lot of statistics to our clients, and you want the clients to be happy with the statistics. So you're playing around with the framing of those statistics to make more
Hmm.
positive spins, right? To
Yeah,
try
yeah,
have
yeah,
less
yeah,
negative spins for the person who's asked for that information to be made public.
and
And then
yeah.
then you've got the other thing of like, I'm going into corruption again. I'm always at the corruption side of things, right? Like who funds these studies, right? And we're seeing that in the potentially in the US, where like there's a lot of that stuff with Kennedy's doing, and I don't know if he's right or wrong. Like I have no opinion on it, but like you're seeing like who funds the study seems to have had an impact on what the study actually said and what information about. That's it. Like the full subset of data is not the full set of data is not given out. It's a subset that skews information in a certain direction. I think
Hmm.
prediction markets and things like perps on prediction markets can help balance this out, because why the fuck would I bet in a direction I don't think I'm going to like? You would need to spend a
You
lot of
lose
money to
money.
manipulate the
Imagine,
market in the
imagine
direction. Like
if
if
you,
you want if you
yeah,
want to say Trump's better than what he is, Trump will need to spend fucking $5 million in that market to switch the direction and get everybody pumping in another direction, right? So fuck it. If he's
that's
paid the
true.
money,
That's
right?
true.
You can only do that
Hmm.
for so long. It's like here's another comparable thing, and then I will stop. Infinite wars, right? Infinite wars are possible because the dollar decoupled from gold, right? So you can just print money forever and ever and ever, right? It's the same thing. Like you can only bullshit if you have to put money against it for so long, and then you run out of
Hmm.
money unless you're printing the money. Which
Unless you keep putting the money and devaluing your
exactly, but you
money,
can't keep printing the
which
money
happens,
realistically.
which happens all the
Anyway,
time.
I'll
Yeah.
stop there on my corruption rant. Sorry, guys. Sorry, people. I hope we didn't lose anybody there.
if
Sorry.
you're
Oh, we
if
dropped to
you're a
one
pro
viewer. Oh,
if
dude.
you are a pro government and you're listening to us, I'm sorry. I mean,
I'm sorry. I
yeah.
go off on these tangents. I mean well. I mean well.
We are thinking about this for the good of everybody, okay guys? This
Yeah.
is why we dislike governments. Yeah, governments are going to do whatever they can to fuck us up. So this is why. Okay, let me share this with you guys here. Okay, this is what we have for Groovy Market. and this is how you can create your
Are
own
you clicking
market.
anything? Because I can't see your screen moving.
No, what you see?
No, it's dead. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
There. Now I
crazy.
see.
Okay. So you can sign up or you can log in, click in here, use your socials. You will be able to create a market. It can be a multiple choice market or a binary market. We have lots of templates here for you guys. And it's just click. So go to meme
Okay.
coins, select
Yeah.
whatever you want to track, and
You can
then you,
literally ask any question you want.
yes,
Literally any question you want. I mean, we would definitely ask that you don't do things that are cruel or mean or just like
hmm,
racist or being a dick. Like
yes,
we could
exactly.
classify that under don't be a dick and write dickhead questions, right? But
Don't be, yeah,
you can do anything you like on there, and we think that's really important for because who gets to what questions are asked get to determine the narrative, right? So right now the narrative's always politics, sports, whatever, and whatever direction they think those markets should work. But if you're in control in the market, you're adding some liquidity, you're picking the questions, then the people become the narrators of what's going on, not the institutions and not the systems.
that's it. That's it. So, okay, if you want to test this out, just send us a DM. We are going to have an open test net soon, but you can be the first to try it out, okay? And that's it. Anything else, Nick, that you want to cover
No,
today
I've
or
rented enough,
any other
enough
comment?
viewers for us, man. I'm sorry. I will go on a
No, you're
tangent every
fine. You're
time. Give
fine.
me a shot.
You need to put this energy out. Put this
That's it.
energy
We need
out,
it out there.
Don't keep this inside. It's bad for
Crypto
you.
was made to change the world for better, not just to fucking rinse the casinos.
That's it. That's it. So, guys, make sure to follow us. We are going live every day from Monday to Thursday. Any other time you can talk to us on our DMs. Our DMs are open. Um, Make sure to read our daily newsletter, the Daily Prediction, at the dailyprediction.substack.com. Make sure to get your handle, your username at groovy.market. And if you want to try the closed testnet of Groovy, send us a DM. You can send for me 0x Take Profits or send a DM on our Twitter or X or
Yes.
whatever you call
Yeah.
this.
Whatever the fuck it is.
Okay.
The
So
echo
thanks
chamber.
a lot for joining, guys. We will have a lot of things to cover next week and even more news about Groovy Markets. Thanks a
Yes.
lot, Nick.
See you guys.
Have a
See you
great
later,
day,
Diego.
guys.
Ciao.